fiery signal of a long-awaited revolution, splitting the pale colors of the morning like an impatient spring explosion. A round wicker hat sits majestically on his head, as if sheltering an invisible crown. The man is Kwon Ji-young, better known to the world as G-Dragon. The cameras of the journalists trembled, not because of the crowd, but because they knew they were watching history. After almost 2 years of disappearing from the radar, scandals, rumors and speculation have relentlessly herded her name behind the scenes. But that morning, in a stylish gray suit, Dior sunglasses, and a white flower on his chest, G-Dragon appeared not as a survivor, but as a challenger. "Will he return to music?" asked a young reporter. The answer is not in words, but in aura. It didn't take long before its emergence became a global trending topic. Twitter, Instagram, Weibo, to underground forums in Tokyo and Paris exploded. The hashtags #GDragonisback, #GDReturn, and even #KwonJiyoung2025 dominate online conversations. But the most interesting thing is not only the enthusiasm of fans, but rather, tension in the industry. A source told Vogue Korea every time G-Dragon moves, the whole system shifts. This is no ordinary comeback. It's a threat to the stability of K-pop's current map of power. However, not all of them are sweet. His emergence also reopened old wounds, allegations of drug use that had dragged him into the legal realm, although he was later found not guilty. The public is divided. Do we welcome him as a legend or hold him accountable? Dispatch magazine even issued an editorial titled Redemption or Rebellion. What does G-Dragon's return mean? It highlights the possibility that the idol doesn't just want to come back, he wants to reciprocate, he doesn't just want to sing. He wants to avenge the world that buried him alive, said an entertainment analyst from Yonsei. What did G-Dragon see as he stood in the middle of the crowd hunting him with a hungry look? Not the camera. Not a microphone. But probably a reflection of himself, a person who has fallen and risen so many times that the world gets tired of counting the numbers. The sunglasses he wears are not just an accessory. It was a shield. But it's not a shield to hide fear, it's a shield to filter out a world that's too noisy. Ji-young has long lived in expectations that were not his: fashion icon, Big Bang leader, industry seducer, YG entertainment prodigy, then, traitors, suspects, and back to the ghost industry. But behind that lens, he knew one thing. Legends are not shaped by perfection, but by how a person steps over an unhealed wound. G-Dragon's return sparked an internal wave in South Korea's entertainment scene. Several large agencies began to hold emergency meetings. Among them, there was news that HYBE, the giant agency that now controls half of the K-pop industry, began to review its solo artist launch strategy. A HYBE insider who did not want to be named said, "We can't just let this moment slip away." The return of G-Dragon is symbolic that the old star is not necessarily extinguished. We had to think about how our artist could remain relevant in his shadow. YG Entertainment itself remained silent. Despite much speculation that GD will return to his old home, some observers believe he will move on his own, building something that is no longer bound by conventional agency rules, and that's what makes the industry shudder. Shortly after her debut appearance on SBS, a mysterious Instagram account appeared with the username @PSaminuson_GD2025. It has not been verified, but his first post, a close-up of a flower trampled on the streets of Seoul, was immediately attributed to G-Dragon. The caption had only one word: begin. Fans immediately associated the floral symbol with the logo of GD's personal brand Psaminuson. Comments poured in. Conspiracy theories popping up. Is this an album teaser? New fashion line? Underground art project? But the most interesting thing is the comment from Taeyang's official account, the fire emoji, and that's enough to fuel speculation that Big Bang, or at least some of its members, might get involved.